Good morning. Thank you for coming. We're here today to talk about something which is, in essence, a national disgrace. It is a scandal, and it's something that the Albanese government needs to act on immediately because of its own regulatory failure. What we have discovered is that Santos is responsible for the world's largest above-ground gas tank in Darwin, which has since 2006 been leaking huge quantities of methane. Methane, as you'll remember, is an incredibly potent greenhouse gas. It's about 80 times more effective than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas. So this tank, which Santos has been responsible for some time, has been known since it was first launched in 2006 to be leaking as much as 120 kilograms or more of methane every hour. Just to put that in context, that's the equivalent to the emissions of more than 8,000 cars extra on the road every year. Now, Santos has known about this, but it's done nothing to remediate the problem. And the other people who've known about this are the Northern Territory Environmental Protection Agency. What has it done about this problem? Nothing. The WorkSafe regulator, which is responsible for the people who work on this site for the Northern Territory, what has it done about this problem? Nothing. NOPSEMA, which allows the gas from this facility to be moved to and from this facility, what has it done about this problem? Nothing. The Clean Energy Regulator has known about this problem. What has it done? Nothing. The CSIRO has been required to provide a report on this. What has it said publicly? Nothing. We have a regulatory failure which is immediately responsible for potentially health impacts for the Territory residents. We know that Palmerston and Darwin are within 11 kilometres of this enormous gas tank which is actively leaking methane as we stand here. Nothing has been done about this by the regulators. Nothing has been done about it by Santos. It is a health risk not only for Territorians but for all Australians because it is actively contributing, as we stand here, to an increase in our carbon emissions. So I'm here with Louise Woodward today. Louise is a good friend of this place. She's been here last year to talk about the concerns of Northern Territory paediatricians about the huge emissions that are resulting from the exploitation of the Beetaloo Basin. She's been a paediatrician in the Northern Territory for more than 15 years, and she's a mother. And she's very concerned about the potential impact of this massive gas leak on the health of the children and the adults of the Territory, and she's going to speak about that today.
Thank you, Monique. Community members in Darwin were shocked to hear of the Santos gas leak yesterday. But I was not surprised. I've been warning about the health risks of the gas industry in the Northern Territory for quite some time. What did shock me is that this has been going on for years and Santos has not fixed the leak. What shocked me even more is that the EPA is not doing anything about it. They are allowing Santos to pollute with impunity. Now, research from around the world shows that children living near gas operations have higher rates of serious illness like asthma and cancer. Research shows that pregnant women have higher rates of pregnancy complications, and people with chronic disease have higher rates of premature death. What is the risk of living near a leaking gas operation? I am standing here today to call on Santos to fix the leak. I'm also calling on the federal government to legislate industrial air pollution as a matter of urgency in order to safeguard communities around Australia like Darwin who are exposed to the gas industry. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Dr. Woodward, for your concern for the health of Darwin residents. Well, what we've seen is for almost 20 years, a gas company has written their own rules, has been leaking toxic methane, and a whole lot of regulators knew about it and nobody did anything to make Santos fix this leak. And instead, they keep approving Santos's new projects. The Barossa gas field just offshore that would use this leaking facility was ticked off federally by the regulators. Now, there is nowhere else for Santos to store this gas except in their leaking storage facility. So what I challenged the government to yesterday in question time was fix the leak before you let this new gas field proceed, and actually cancel the approval for the offshore gas field. This company cannot comply with environmental regulations, has been leaking gas for almost 20 years, can't be bothered to fix the leak because it might cost them a bit of money. They do not deserve fresh approvals. And we are in a climate crisis. Opening up new gas fields and new coal mines to boot should be off limits. We've got the government just about to decide their climate targets for 2035. Have Santos written those as well? Are we going to continue to see the fossil fuel industry run this place? We need science-based climate targets. We need the favours for gas companies to stop, and we need the health of residents and the climate to be driving government decision making.
As we get into a second term of an Albanese Labor government, it is becoming clearer and clearer when it comes to gas in this country, there is very little difference between Labor and the Liberals. They're happy to give away a big chunk of our gas for free, and they're happy for the industry to get away with all sorts of things, to bring legislation to this place that is written and designed for big gas companies. To have a leak for 20 years that they've known about is unacceptable. And I call on the government now, grow a spine and force Santos to fix this leak before they put gas in that tank again. Calling on Santos to do the right thing by the community and fix the leak.
Question?